Alright, so we are coming up on that 600-mile mark here for that first oil change and service on the MT-09. Before I get into it, I mean, there were a couple things that have kind of been going wrong with this bike that I want to talk about. Three main issues. One of them ended up being something I could figure out. But it's been a while since I posted. I actually just came back from New York and saw my family over there. My cousin has a 2018 MT-09, so let's take a look at that real quick.
Break the chain, break the chains, I've been trying to find a way to break the chains. If it's strange, if it's strange, if it's strange, I've been trying to find a way to make a change. Break the chain, break the chain, break the chains, I've been trying to find a way to break the chains.
How's she sound? Leave a comment, let me know what you think of that MT-09. If you haven't already, subscribe, leave a like, turn your notifications on, all that jazz. And let's get into the first thing that I ran into with this bike. So the first thing was that I didn't think that the quick shifter was working. Quick shift down, specifically. Quick shift up, works smooth, boom, boom, boom. Quick shift down, I thought it was broken, but I was just trying to quickly press the shift lever down and it wasn't working, right? So you really have to sit there, apply pressure, and make sure that the gear locks in, and then it will quick shift down. You can't just kind of smack it down like I thought you could, because that's what I'm doing when I'm coming up. I'm just like pop, 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 real quick. So it leads to a somewhat pedestrian feeling for the quick shift down. Like, it's not very aggressive, and it's a little bit slower. But it ends up, it does work, but there was a learning curve with the quick shift for sure. Before we get into the second thing, went up to the Moto Social Club, or the Moto Social. It was like a meet the other night, so take a peek there. A lot of cool bikes that ended up turning out there in Santa Monica. Oh man, it's an absolutely gorgeous night out though. Got the mountains in the background. Yeah. Oh man, see some bikes. So that was the Moto Social. Follow them on Instagram. I'll leave a link to their Instagram in the description. Definitely a cool time, good vibes, lots of vintage bikes. So it was definitely a fun show. Let's get into the second thing that's going on with this bike. It's seemingly minor, but for a brand new bike, the brakes and the rear brakes shouldn't be squealing, and indeed they do. Hear them? It's like I'm pulling up in a jalopy, which isn't super cool, so we're gonna have to get that adjusted. Doesn't seem to be anything stuck in the brakes, or between the calipers and the pads, so or between the rotor and the pads rather. So we'll have to see what that's all about. But for brand new bike, it shouldn't really be squealing like that. The third thing is certainly more of a serious issue that isn't going to fly for long, and it's that the bike doesn't find neutral electronically. Mechanically it finds neutral fine, but check this out. So pull over, so it thinks that the bike is always in gear, right? So I'm pull over, right, I'm in neutral mechanically, let the clutch out, but if I put the kickstand down, bike shuts off because it thinks it's in gear. Mechanically, where I'm rolling around, I seem to be in neutral, but what that means is that I can't start the bike with the kickstand down and let it warm up, right? So here I am, nothing. I have to put the kickstand up and pull the clutch in to start the bike. even though I'm in neutral. So it's electronically not finding neutral, and that's a problem. So let's get this thing into the shop and get these issues addressed.